Caitlin. So as a bit of a background, and then we can do introductions when Yvette and Angela join. So VIA3 they're working on a streaming platform for net inclusion, so that we can have different rooms streamed at the same time. They'll go through it, but it's basically like there's a room, you can click, like all these cool features. So
that sounds lovely.
Yeah. I wonder if is there. We'll give a few more minutes. Maybe one more minute, and then we can get started.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's see that. Hey, Matt.
Hey.
Hey, Matt.
I'm keeping my camera off today.
Yeah. I just heard you got the boosters. I'm getting one next week.
Yeah.
After seeing you, I don't know. Hearing about you.
I mean, I'm still happy I have it, of course.
Yeah.
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 Okay. So, Angela should be here shortly, so we can get started with introductions. I'll start just to get us rolling. Greg, I don't remember if we've met, but I'm Gina. I'm the Deputy Director at NDIA. Yvette, Caitlin, do you want to go next?
Angela.
I will go next while Angela gets settled. My name is Caitlin. I do operations with NDIA.
All right. Nice to meet you.
And I'm Yvette. I'm the Communications Director. And Angela?
Angela, do you want to?
Angela, NDIA, and Executive Director.
Nice to meet you. My name's Craig Waldrop. I deal with the product and development with Unity, VIA3, sorry. Code name was Unity. I still say it today for VIA3. Chuck?
Yes, I'm Chuck Gaffney. I'm the lead developer with the team. So we work with working with the code and deployment of the platform.
And I'm Patty. Hi. I'm sales and business development for VIA3.
Yeah. So thank you, Gina, for the introduction. Nice to meet you. And thank you, everyone, too, for jumping in today. I know last week I wasn't a part of the call where the early stages of the streaming service we're coming up with was presented. So Jeff asked me to kind of show it today. If there's any questions, it'll be a combination of myself, like Chuck, to answer any questions. So I figured if we're all here, I can get started. Was there anybody else we're waiting for? Nobody? Okay, good. So I'm going to do a screen share. This platform, just so you know, our depth with the platforms we work with, we've been doing video-related conferencing collaboration for almost, between 13, 15 years now. Even longer, actually, based on the assumption of other organizations with streaming services, production. Now we've gotten into the video market. This platform is called provideomeeting.com. This is also another service that we developed for video conferencing, kind of like a Zoom-like Teams area where you have your videos, you can document, sign in here, and do live meetings. So just so you know the depth of what we do. So back to the VIA3 side, I'm going to do a screen share to kind of show you what's been worked on. So in just a second, you should see that. Okay, do you see my screen?
I can see it. I can see the screen, but I don't know if it's for everyone else. It's a little small right now. So
if you double click on the screen share, it should put it to full screen for you. Hopefully a little bit bigger. If you need to, I can always zoom in a little bit too.
Yeah, that's better.
just to make it a little bit bigger for you.
That's very good. Thank you.
Okay. So what I was told about with respect to what our team is working on for the streaming side is it's almost like the environment that Gina explained, where you can hop in and out between live events, and you can see everything from one perspective on a dashboard. So from the VIA3 login page, you can see here we put an example of the actual event itself, that if an attendee clicked on it, they're taken to a sign-in page. We only ask for right now, and again, these are things that we'll collaborate with you on if you need more information, less information to get somebody in. It just asks for somebody's name and email address to join into any of the sessions. So you can see here, net inclusion powered by VIA3. If I said Craig Waldrop, it can be any email address. And then you enter the conference. If you're a speaker or somebody who's going to help manage the event, you'll have a different login because you're going to have other administrative tools at your hand to manage these conferences. So let me go back here. I clicked it. Sorry about that. Craig@VIA3.com. So if I enter the conference itself, it's going to display all the events that you have access to. Now, there's different ways that we can approach this. Of course, this right now is kind of a just to show you what we can do, right? So if you have the events, let's say the first one is at 11:30 a.m. or let's say the 10 a.m. And if you hop into it, you'll instantly start viewing and watching the session. So of course you see there's nothing active, but if there was, it would kind of look like this, minus my other camera. I mean, that's what it is. My other camera's in use because of Pro Video, but you would have the session here. You would be watching it. The participants would watch it. Up to you if you wanted there to be live messaging, or maybe it's a one-way message that goes only to the presenters for a moderator to consider. But it does have messaging now. But again, it can be kept or removed. And if somebody said they wanted to go to another session, you can see here there's other sessions to jump in and out of. So I can go to the next session. If I go back to my events, you can see all these sessions here that are active. And when it starts, you're going to see actually an in progress green bar up on top, so you know which ones are actively streaming. I'll give you a quick example of that. If I create a meeting, see how it says in progress? So your participants will see when something's actually live and happening. We do have a lot more into the system. You see here there's everything from calendaring to contacts and file shares. Not all of that is probably applicable. There's probably only a certain amount of things you want participants to do. They're probably not going to see all of you as contacts or all of your speakers as contacts. So we may hide that. So there's a lot of flexibility here. But again, this was part of what I was asked to show is we have all these rooms that are set up. You hop in, you watch the session. You go back, go to another session, go to a breakout room. All of those are just right from the participant's hands, so they can go in anytime. Chuck or Patty, is there anything missing that I might have overlooked that was also important to go over?
Oh, just one other thing to notice too is the files you'll see over there as well. That can be utilized by the speakers as so you can so the viewers can download any verbiage, any that are related to that room, to that session as well. So that option is there too.
Yep. So basically, as you're watching the session, we could have like a file section open where the participants can come and actually download documents particular to that that speech. Okay. And then of course there's notifications here as well. So the system is really robust to do and to be customized to however fit it would work for you guys. of course, the team right now is diligently working on inserting the live stream functionality. And then come February, when the event happens, you'll end up having someone like myself and Patty, possibly another team member helping out. So we'll be on site helping as well. Any questions so far?
I have 2 quick questions. So the breakout sessions, they happen simultaneously, right? So there's 5 different breakout sessions, but each breakout session has like 3 to 5 panels happening at the same time. I assume that'll be reflected in the calendar so they can pick which one they would want to live stream.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And then live captioning, that's functional and capable on this platform?
Live captioning is a part of, I believe, the live streaming part. Chuck has probably more details about implementation there. I'll ask him to help with that.
From my understanding, yeah, the live, the live chat functionality. I'm sorry, the live feed
Captioning.
should have some of that, but I will go over with the dev team to make sure, just to double check about it. But like closed captioning, I believe, and so forth is what you're asking, basically.
Yep.
Stuff like that. Yeah. I'll make sure that's. I know that's applicable. I'm pretty sure that's applicable in the libraries we're working with. But just to double check, I'll send that over to the team.
Yeah, we definitely, we'll definitely ensure that captioning is available.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we did have a question that was asked by our team from last call. I think it was the question of whether you feel that the need for chat would be necessary for the participants. So you have yourself an open kind of chat room. We can force it to be private, or we can remove it altogether. Is there any early thoughts on how you might see that? So like inside one of these meetings themselves, inside one of the sessions, we could hide the chat, or we can make it allowed for everyone.
I think for the chat, sorry. I think for the chat, it would probably be best to have like an admin be able to send messages, but not have participants chat.
Would there ever be like a need for like a Q&A at any point during the event? So at the end of it, like, is there a 15-minute pause to do a Q&A, or is that only for people who are in participation physically?
I think that'll be limited to the live audience.
Okay. So we'll work on formatting this so that it's a one-way, possibly, as you said, and see how we can implement a one-way message in case if there's like some form of direct moderation.
Is there a way to allow it, allow that capability and us hide the chat? So my thought here is, if we have the staff to monitor the chat, it would be incredibly valuable to the online participants to be able to network together and also just to chat and ask questions. But we might not have the staff to do it, in which case I wouldn't want it just like going without.
It could always be maybe it's a one-way, that if the chat has a message here, like it says, hey, if you have a particular question, we may be able to answer it. Send your message here, and the only person that really sees it is a staff, a moderator, and up to them whether they want to respond to it or not. So that way it doesn't go to all participants. It just goes to a moderator, and it's up to them whether they want to address it during the live conference or not, or say, hey, we'll get back to you after this, and give us your contact info, so we'll reach out to you. So it can be some one-offs, but even internally, your staff can communicate without going through chat by using our direct message function. So you'll be able to see internally. If I go back here, you're going to have internal staff who can message between one another.
Sure.
All right. So
my question is, ideally we have chat available for all panels, but that we're able to turn it off if we don't have the staff currently to monitor the chat.
Oh, I see.
So it's functional, but then we can hide it if we need to, if we don't have enough staff to monitor it for that specific panel.
So we can work with that.
Okay.
If we, we can make it an active feature to begin with, and then just give you the tools to shut it off if you felt that you didn't have the ability to moderate or need it. Yeah, we can do that.
That'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the original use case was on the development team side was that it was really going to be probably like an admin only kind of usage, and then also have the ability to for the chat, and then have it be then generally to be shut off on and off too. So, but again, yeah, we left the option open too, of course, if you want the viewers to also participate, of course, in it.
Great question. And any time after this call too, we probably would really love to have some constant, developmental calls. So if something were to come across as a need, just think of this platform as it's a really big time inclusive application. We can integrate things that can make the flow better for you. It's highly robust. So feature-wise, if you think of anything that would be of help, toss ideas our way because it's highly customizable. So just keep that in mind, and then we'll do follow-up calls to kind of continue to address and test because we have a good 2 months worth of development, testing, and also whether it's training. We're basically going to white glove as much as we can with you for everything that you're trying to achieve. And again, anything that sounds outside of scope. Sorry.
Oh, Craig, it looks like you were cutting in and out a little bit.
Yeah, you've been cutting in and out, Craig.
Oh, sorry. I keep talking away from my microphone. Is that better? I pull my head.
You need to start over. I think you need to start over regarding the features and.
Oh, sure. What I was saying is, here, I'll stop the screen share too to help, because maybe it's just, there we go. Okay, so our application is highly inclusive to the point where it's very customizable. We can, if you feel like there's some flow or some changes or maybe some implementation that'll help you and your process of internal communication, sharing of any sort, feature-wise, just let us know. Even if it sounds like it's above and beyond, let us know, because there's always possibilities we can work these in. And then moving forward here, we'd like to have ongoing conversations with you so we're on the same page at all times. We're going to do testing, we'll help with training. Like I said, we'll be on site to help as well. So if there's anything that you see as maybe that's not there, please don't hold that in. Let us know. Okay. But I think I got through most of it at this point. Gina, did you have any other anything else that you could think of that might help guide the conversation a little more? When do we want to maybe follow up again? And you're on mute. There you go.
Yes. So this conversation was really an opportunity for Angela and Caitlin to see the platform. They have been at Net Inclusion before. I have not. To see if they have questions, if the way it's currently set up will work for our streaming needs, and to ask you all questions. I've talked to you plenty, so.
Okay. And Angela, Yvette, Caitlin, you guys have. I'll give you my contact information through Patty. Message herself and me. Our organization is going to be basically keeping a very close eye on this project with you to make sure that everything is what you need it to be. And when we start to test, we'll keep you, like I said, apprised of it, and you can work with us on everything from quality and where everything matches up. So really want your hands on as much as possible. But any questions, any other thoughts so far? And you can reach out to us afterwards too.
this could be on my end, but the audio seems to be coming in and out.
It could be me too. I'm doing a conversion on my computer right now that hasn't stopped. So if it's my audio that's choppy, it's my PC that's
Okay.
running running like crazy
Okay,
right now.
that's great. Okay, cool.
Sorry.
No, that's good. I just want to make sure that's all it was.
Yeah, you're coming through perfect.
Thank you. Thank you for your time and for going through this with us. We appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Anything else, Gina? Any questions? Okay.
I
Patty,
can
did you have any questions, Patty?
You're on mute.
You're on mute, Patty.
We didn't get any feedback from Caitlin or Angela. I was wondering what they thought of the platform from what they just saw at first glance.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's the kind of thing that would be really valuable to have, and it's not complex. It's a simple interface, which is great. I think Caitlin's question and Yvette's thoughts were spot on, that a big reason people come to net inclusion is to interact with each other. And so that's why the chat function would be important, but we can only do it if we have staff to support and guide that conversation.
Yeah.
Would it help if we were able to save the questions and maybe get back to them? We can do that too, right? We can store it.
No, it's more
More
about people
interactive.
interacting with each other.
I see.
Like that's what they want. It's like somebody wants to be like, yes, I have that same problem. You know, like it's the bonding.
Yes.
The first conference, the joke was, I finally found my people. Right? Like we're a place where people can talk about these things, and there is another place for that. So, and being able to create those bonds is important.
Okay.
Would you want to have like can you guys do, I just thought of this really quickly. Could you have like a room where people can just go meet and talk if they wanted to? If they had or if we had we could do that, right, guys? We
Yeah,
could
I think the challenge is like having it be too open. So having the chat be associated with a panel means like the focus of the conversation is where the panel is.
Right.
Otherwise, it just gets to be chaos.
Yeah. Okay. That's just a thought.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
All right. Well, we'll continue to work, and if you have any, now that you've sort of seen it, or you have seen it, it will be finished and ready to go, but we are continuing to work on it, so if you have any other thoughts, we'll meet again, obviously, very shortly, before at least before Christmas, right? And that's for the lease, guys, or what do you think?
Yep.
Do we need to? Should we? Gina?
If we have more updates, just to check in, we should, because there's another part of it that you and I were discussing too, and then just check that as well.
Yep. Okay, so maybe in the next, I'm sorry?
Just one other thought is we're not sure how we want to do this, but if we wanted it to be sponsored by one of the sponsors, could we stick a sponsor logo somewhere?
Yep, we sure could.
Okay.
So we can do everything from applying banners to sticking the images within each particular session. So like if one sponsored a certain topic and another sponsored a specific topic, we can make sure that those are presented in it to all the participants. We'll just work together on finding out who they are and where they want it to be branded or stuck.
Yeah, and I think doing this with you this year would help us determine how we could structure any sponsorship opportunities for next year.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right. Thank
Well, we're
you.
excited. We're super excited. So I can't wait to see how this goes.
We really
along.
are.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It was really nice meeting you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for all your time on this.
Great. Yes.
So when do you want to meet again, Gina?
Probably that week of like the 2021-22.
Yeah.
Okay. The 21, that's the Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm open all day, so you could, except for I put a 9 a.m. Yvette may not want to be working on, I don't know. So the 21 is a Tuesday. It, add Yvette, if she can come, she will come. And
Yeah,
then
I'm planning to work, so
okay,
that should work. Yeah.
okay. So then for me, it's any time after 9:30 a.m. Eastern time on that Tuesday.